Hi everyone, Zenite here from the unofficial LSPDFR support server, and today I'm just going to show you very quickly how to replace items inside of a vehicle meta file. Okay, so the first thing that you want to do is find the pack that you want to download, of course. So in this case, I'm going to be using the LCSO Liberty pack by Ripple. It's a very nice pack. It's one of my favorite packs. I'll put the link in the description if it's something that you are interested in. And so from here, you want to go into the download itself. So we've got that here. And this download will contain the meta file. So you want to check inside of that, in this case, inside of a metas folder, and you've got the vehicles meta. You then want to open that with an editor of your choice. So examples are Notepad++, you've got Sublime, you've got Atom. I'd strongly recommend you do use a purpose-built editor rather than something like just Notepad that comes with Windows, because you can see here inside of Notepad++, they've got different lines which tells you the different items and whatnot. And if you make a mistake, it's a lot easier to see where you've gone wrong than what it is with Notepad, which is just this. So I strongly recommend you use an editor. So once you've opened the file that you need for the meta file, you then want to open up OpenIV, go to your mods folder, vehicles meta location, which is inside of GTA 5, mods, update RPF, common data levels, GTA 5. Okay. You then make sure you're in edit mode, so like this, get the little button at the top, and then right click on the meta file and click edit. Now if you want, you can drag the vehicles meta file to the desktop and then open that with the editor of your choice. But for all intents and purposes, I just prefer to use the one that comes with OpenIV because it's very similar. You can see that it's still got the lines, it's still got the tags and whatnot, and it still highlights them. So it's very similar to Notepad++. So once you've got that window open and you have the vehicles meta that you want to use from the download pack, inside of this, the one from the download pack, you want to search for the file that you want to change for the car. So in this case, we're going to go and check what cars this pack replaces. So there's two ways you can do this. You can either look inside the VCF folder if this is an ELS pack, in which case this is, and you can reference from one of these. So these are the model names that it all replaces. And if it's not an ELS pack, or if you just want an alternative, you can also go into the actual vehicles folder itself and look at the files. So you can see that this particular vehicle is police, and then you've got this one which is sheriff 2, and so on and so forth. Okay. So we're going to do FBI 2, and that's the car that we're going to use for example in this. So once you've taken note of that, you're going to use Control F, and you're going to find FBI 2. Which takes you there. So when you search for the vehicle, make sure you look at the model name, nothing else. That's going to be the first thing that we want to check. Okay, we want to check that the model name says FBI 2, in which case this time it does. You can see here. Once you found the model name, you want to highlight the item before that model name. Okay, so very quickly I'll just explain how items work inside of the vehicles meta. So each car has an entry, okay, and an entry is defined as with the item tags, okay. So think of the item tags as kind of like a container, okay. Each vehicle is a container, and the item tag is essentially a lid on top. Now there's two types of tags. You've got item, which is like that, and then you've got item, which is like that. And the first tag that I type is an open tag, and the second tag that I typed is a closing tag. Okay, so essentially we're opening the container and then closing afterwards. Okay, you can see here that this one is the opening tag for FBI 2, and you can see the slight indentation to say that all of this is inside of this item tag. Okay, so the indentation is this little gap here to tell you that it's inside. So we use this as a point of reference. So when you highlight everything, you want to highlight from item before model name that you need to use. You want to go all the way down and you want to find the closing item tag, which is here, before the next vehicle. Okay. So in this scenario, you've got the closing item tag on line 9953, and then you have a new opening tag on 9954, and you can tell that that opening tag is for the felon, which is where it's got model name felon here. Okay, that is not needed for us. We don't need the felon. We don't need that second item tag. We only need the closing item tag and the open item tag for FBI2. Okay, those are the only things that we need. So once you've highlighted all that, you want to right click and you want to click copy. You can use Control C as well if that's easier for you. And then inside of the OpenIV, you're going to use the exact same process. Okay, you're going to use Control F. You're going to find FBI2 again, which we can find model name here. And then you're going to highlight the same stuff. So we're going to go from the item tag before FBI2 model name, which is here, all the way down to the item tag for closing it. So we can see here that it's on 9946 this time, line 9946, sorry. And again, it's before felon. That's the only thing. It may not be felon in yours. It could be, I don't know, a different vehicle. The main point to take from this is that you want to copy up until the closing item tag before the opening item tag for the next vehicle. Okay, so the open item tag will be the one underneath what I've highlighted. Once you've done that, you then right click and click paste or Control V, it's up to you. And once you've done that, you'll notice that the screen changes and you get this nice little yellow line on the side of your screen. Now this yellow line essentially tells you what you've changed. It says that this area in between the start of this yellow line and the end of this yellow line has been changed in some way. Now assuming that you've copied everything that you need to do, and you can tell if you have or not by the length of the yellow line, so you can see that it stretches from the item tag at the top, which is here, and it stretches all the way down to the closing item tag here. Notice how it hasn't touched this item tag because we didn't copy that. So you only want to highlight what you need and copy directly on top of it. Once you've done that, you're finished. That's it. You've successfully copied a meta entry from one file to another file, and that's all. You then just repeat this exact same process for any of the vehicle files, any of the vehicles meta entries, such as sheriff, police, police 2, whatever replacement vehicle you've got. You just repeat and rinse that. Okay. That's pretty much it. I'm going to wrap up because there's nothing really else to talk about. If you need any help, please feel free to join the server. If you don't need any help and you just want a cool place to hang out and you want to get some, kind of like a one-stop shop for anything LSPDFR, please feel free to join the server. We encourage you to do so. We have some cool FAQ stuff inside of there for troubleshooting and fixing common issues. We have support channels, we have private support channels. We also have plugin updates from selected partners such as Super Pyromaniac, Bajojo, Sebi, Halexion, Opus, all those guys, including Ripple as well. All those guys make some fantastic content. If they release any updates, we always let you guys know. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. I hope this has been informative. I hope it's been useful. Take care, and I'll see you next time.